What's up YouTubies, it's Deanna from Windy City Vape Reviews, and today we'll be doing a juice review for Grayscale Liquids, so stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a review for 3 of the juices in their line for Grayscale Liquids. That is grayscaleliquids.com. These juices were sent to me for free for the purpose of this review. I just want to put that out there. So the first one that I'm going to be reviewing is Root Beer Float. And the bottle art is a little different on all of them. It has a little picture kind of what you're vaping, your milligrams, and PGVG. A little bit of warnings. So it does say, made with quality ingredients and pre-steeped for your enjoyment. I am always coming up with new flavors. Be sure to check back soon to see what we have to offer. And it just says, warning, contains nicotine. Keep away from children. Grayscaleliquids.com. And again, this is Root Beer Float. Max VG, 3 milligrams of nicotine. And made in Kansas, USA. So, again, these were sent to me for free for the purpose of this review. I did go and check out their website, and it's fairly easy to navigate. It's set up with a home page, and then they have what they call like cloud chasing line, and then the 50/50 PG VG mix, and then they also have for menthol lovers. They are $3 for the 15 mils and then $6 for 30 mils, so not a bad price. And they were shipped from the time that he sent me the email confirmation to the time it got to me. I think it only took like 3 days, so shipping was super fast. Now, they are child-proof caps on them. I think one of the bottles is a little different, but this one has like the little needle on there, which is nice for dripping, but this is one of the harder plastic bottles, so it's kind of hard to squeeze, so I'll probably end up putting this into a unicorn bottle just to make it a little easier for me. One thing I did notice about the website, it's not really set up so that you can choose your bottle size and then choose your PGVG ratio and then your nicotine level. It's kind of set different, where he's got different nicotine levels, and then you can choose your bottle sizes, and then it's like high VG or the 50/50 blend. Personally, I know this is a newer company, so hopefully he'll look at the reviews and take this as a constructive criticism. Personally, if I were to be purchasing these and going through your website, I would kind of want to be able to choose everything all just under one flavor. So instead of having a Root Beer Float high VG and then have it also under the 50/50 and then have a 3 milligrams and a 0 and then a 12, you know, to me it would be much more simplified if I could just go to Root Beer Float, choose my PGVG, choose my nicotine level, and then choose my bottle size that way. But other than that, you know, like I said, it wasn't hard to navigate the website. He does have it listed under the higher VG, 50/50, things like that. So I don't want to make it sound like, you know, I couldn't find what I was looking for if I wanted to. You can find it. I just think it would be a little more simplified if you were able to offer it that way. So, first one that we are going to try again is the Root Beer Float. And I have this on my iStick 100 watt with my Tobacco Velocity Mini Clone, and I have a dual Clapton coil build on here that's reading at a 0.23 ohm, and I'm vaping at about 70 watts. Go ahead and I'm going to try to drip this. I do have some on the cotton already so that it wouldn't take me so long, just because it's hard for me to squeeze this bottle. And it's weird because sometimes it seems like it comes out okay, and then sometimes I'm like, Which you would think I'd have strong fingers because I am a cake decorator, and sometimes that icing is pretty cold and hard to squeeze out. So, go ahead and take it for a vape. And this again is high VG, 3 milligrams of nicotine. So first thing, right off the bat, really great cloud production on this. And again, part of that is the build and the RDA, but without that high VG content, you might not get so many clouds. It's a very smooth vapor. I'm not getting any harsh throat hit. I don't have any peppery taste from nicotine. I don't know if you've ever gotten a juice where if they're not using quality nicotine, it might taste like pepper. But I don't get that at all with this. So on the inhale, I do get the root beer. I tend to like juices with pretty strong flavors, but on this one, I'm kind of glad that it's not super overpowering, just because root beer can tend to almost taste like black licorice if there's a little too much put into it. So for me, this is kind of almost the perfect level. I'm getting the root beer flavor. It tastes almost more like those little hard root beer candy. They were shaped like little barrels. I might be showing my age with remembering those candies. I don't know if they're still around, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. On the very end of the inhale, I do get like the creaminess. I'm not getting like a coolness from it like a typical ice cream vape would be kind of, but there is a really creamy note at the very end of the inhale. And then on the exhale, it's just more of the creaminess and just a super smooth vape. I do like drinking root beer, but I've never really been one to enjoy like root beer flavored items. But I actually really do like this one. I wouldn't say it would be an all-day vape for me, just because the root beer is kind of a strong flavor. But I actually really think this one, they hit the nail right on the head with this one. Like I said, it's not super overpowering to me anyway. Like I said many times, taste is subjective. You may try it and think it's a little too strong, or you may try it and think that there's not enough. But for me, the mixture of the root beer and then with the creaminess on the end of the inhale into the exhale, it's a really good blend. Just burning a little bit of it off. Alright, so then the next one I'm going to try is called Frozen Monkey, and I love the bottle art on this one. He's super cute little monkey. Hopefully you can see that it's coming through. Alright, and this one, the bottle seems to be a little bit softer, easier to squeeze. Okay, so this one is a 50-50 PG-VG blend and 6 milligrams of nicotine. I can vape 6 milligrams of nicotine, but I can't vape it for very long because I'm so used to the 3 milligrams of nic that it will give me a buzz. But according to the website, Frozen Monkey 50-50 is a great new flavor that will take you to a place that you always wanted to go, a frozen island full of monkeys. Well, maybe it doesn't sound like that great of a place, but it sure does taste good. So, let me drip some Frozen Monkey. And again, I love the little monkey on the bottle. He's so cute. And their bottle art isn't like super crazy overdone, but it's, you know, just enough to give you an idea of what is inside the bottle. Wow, I really smell like banana. And I don't have too many banana vapes, but I really do like banana. And I believe it's supposed to have a little bit of menthol. But just from smelling it, I smell mostly banana. So let's go ahead and give this one a vape. I do also have this one at 70 watts. I'll go ahead and try it at 70. Wow. I have to say I've never had anything like this, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. With the 50/50 PG/VG blend, the clouds are not quite as dense as they were with the Max VG. But not bad. On the inhale, I get this like really cool, refreshing. It's odd because it's kind of like the sensation that a menthol or a mint would give you, but I'm not getting a very strong mint flavor from it or menthol flavor from it. I'm not sure if it's more of a culotta kind of thing, where it's giving you that cool sensation without giving you a whole lot of menthol. And I get the banana. I definitely get the banana, but it's not overpowering. Like I said, I prefer stronger flavored vapes, but this one is, again, kind of like that perfect balance. So I'm getting enough of the flavor without it kind of being like too cloyingly banana. There's also another flavor, but I can't really put my finger on what it is. But definitely, like I said, on the inhale, when you first start inhaling, you get that really nice coolness to it, and then at the back end of the inhale, you get the banana, and then banana also on the exhale. With it being a 6 milligrams nicotine, I'm not getting any kind of a really strong throat hit from it, which is great for me because I don't really care for the strong throat hit, especially with, you know, a lower build, because that could make you choke. Not overly sweet. I would prefer it to just have a little bit of sweetness to it, but it would be a good vape that, if you've ever had vapor's tongue where you've been vaping the same flavor or some like the same flavor profile throughout the day, and it gets to the point where you can't really taste your vape anymore, I think this one might be a good palate cleanser because of that iciness that I'm getting from it. And then, like I said, the banana, you get that little bit of fruity, but it's not overly sweet either. So I do like this one. Again, I'm not sure that it would be an all-day vape, but I kind of really don't have all-day vapes. That's why I drip mostly, because I do tend to change flavors so often throughout the day. So far, the only flavor that I've really been able to vape all day as far as a one that I've purchased has been Cosmic Fogs Milk and Honey. And then I DIY, so a couple of the DIY ones that I do, I can vape all day long, but for the most part, just about any brand that I've ever tried, I've never been able to constantly vape all day long. And when I put things in a tank, I'll fill the tank and then I'm like, oh my god, hurry up and get empty because I want to switch flavors. So that's why I started dripping primarily, and then I ended up falling in love with it, and this one is perfect for that. Yeah, I like this one too. Alright, so the next one is Icy Juicy Fruit, and this one is the Max VG and 0 milligrams of nic, and because I'm at a 3 and I've been at a 3 for a while, I can vape on 0 for a couple hours and not feel like I'm, you know, like jonesing to have some nicotine. So I am totally fine with 0 milligrams of nic. This is the bottle art for this one. Again, pretty much the same information as the 2 other bottles, just a little bit different artwork on there with the little juicy fruit and icicles hanging down in case you couldn't see it. and they described this one as icy juicy fruit max VG through, well, they're saying the 3 milligram, but I do notice on this one it does have the drop down, so you can choose 3 or 0, so maybe that's something that they are working on. Okay, so icy juicy fruit max VG 3 milligram is a new creation that blends 2 great flavors into one perfect vape. The recognizable juicy fruit flavor with a nice icy kick to soothe your throat and intensify the experience. Now, I was a menthol smoker, and when I first started vaping, that's pretty much all I would vape was different menthols or mint flavors. I really haven't had a menthol in probably 3 to 4 months at least, if not more. So we'll see how this goes. Typically, when I'm doing a juice review, I will vape on them for a while. I know a lot of reviewers like to kind of do a review as they are trying them for the first time, and that's great because it does give you their first initial impression. But typically for me, I prefer to try to vape them for a little while, only because of the fact that sometimes if you've eaten something or had something to drink shortly before you start, you know, the review, it may change the flavor, and I've had it happen before where I'm vaping on something, and if I drink something, it'll bring out different notes of the juice that I'm vaping. So, and again, also different builds, different temperatures, so I kind of like to play around with them, find my sweet spot with them, and then, you know, really give you my overall opinion after vaping on them for a while. So that it's not like I try it for the first time and maybe I didn't care for it at first, but over time I may end up enjoying it. And I've had that happen with juices before. When I first start vaping, I'm like, I don't know if I really care for this. And then after I vape it for a while, or I try it on a different build, I'll be like, oh my god, this is really good. You know, or it might be something that I like right away, and then after vaping it for a while, it's one of those that might, after, you know, a couple of hits, you're like, no, I can't do this, you know, all day long. So that's why I normally like to kind of hold off until I've had time to vape on these. But I was really excited to try these, and, you know, I figured, well, what the heck, let's try one where I'm trying them for the first time with you. So, again, this is Icy Juicy Fruit. Go ahead and take a vape. Really good cloud production on this. Again, this is the Max BG. So right away on the inhale, I get this really, really nice, smooth menthol flavor. But it's a really nice, cool, refreshing menthol, but not so bad that it tastes like a cough drop, and not so minty that it tastes like, you know, you're chewing on a piece of mint. I like this. And then towards the back of the inhale, I start getting almost like the gum flavor, which is just, it's crazy. Like, how do you get a gum flavor? But yeah, it tastes like I'm kind of chewing on like a mint gum, which is awesome, because sometimes, you know, if you eat something that, you know, has some garlic in it or onion and you can't brush your teeth, you know, hey, throw some of this on your RDA or in a tank and take a couple of hits and you'll be good to go. Again, a really smooth vape on the inhale and on the exhale. I get more of the gum flavor on the exhale and the menthol mostly at the beginning of the inhale, but I really, really like this one. It's got just enough flavor in it where you're getting a nice taste to it, but it's not so overpowering that you're like, ooh, it tastes like I'm sucking on a tube of toothpaste. So this one I could probably actually vape throughout the day more so than the other two. Like, those would be nice to have, just, you know, take a couple hits off of it. But this one I think I would be able to vape quite often throughout the day. So those were the 3 that I tried. He did send me a 4th one, but there was an issue with the batch, and he did let me know shortly after he shipped it out to me, and he is going to be shipping out a new one to me. So when I get that one, I may not do just a single review on it, but I may add it into like a Sunday savings or something, so keep an eye out for that. But the 3 that I tried, I do like them. I would recommend them. $3 for 15 mils, $6 for 30 mils. I'm not sure how much shipping is because, like I said, this was sent to me for free for the purpose of this review. And again, I enjoyed all 3 of them. As far as if I would go out and purchase, I would definitely purchase the Frozen Monkey, and I would definitely purchase the Icy Juicy Fruit. The root beer, it's not that it's bad, it's just not really my thing. If you are into root beer vapes, I would suggest, you know, go ahead and trying this one out, because it wasn't a bad vape, it was just not in my normal flavor profile. So, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And I would like to thank all of my new subscribers, and all of my subscribers that have been there with me from the beginning. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. It's nice to know that people actually like to listen to me besides myself. So, until the next time, I hope you have a great day and keep calm and vape on.